Yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode number 1273. Yes, that's right. Episode number 1273 of Navigating the Modern World with Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition, live today from the San Francisco Bay Trail here at Bear Island, in beautiful Redwood City, California, where I live. Sun is out, but it's about 63 degrees here. It's a little bit windy, so we got the jacket on with one layer. It's all good. It's a beautiful day, nice day for a walk. I hope you've all had a great day. Today, I'm going to be catching up people over here regarding some things that have been going on. And hopefully, people will learn a lesson and learn to become a better version of themselves. That's what we try to do over here. We try to teach people things on what to do to better yourself, to become a better version of the amazing person that you already are, right? So today's topic is 35 days away from my big court hearing. All the updates on both sides. One more time, today's topic is 35 days away from my big court hearing. All the updates on both sides. Hey, babe, respectfully, maturely, and professionally, Dawn is here in the house first. And then Tia, hello, Tia. Tia says, hello, Eli. Hello, Dawn. Welcome to the show, ladies. Great to see you here. Great to see you here. We've got a lot to talk about here today, and a lot of people popping on and off the trail at this time. We're just waiting for people to pop off so I can pop on. Okay. So there's a lot to talk about, so we're going to get right to it. I've been doing my own thing lately. Don and I have been doing our own thing. We have not really talked much about the active court case that I filed on a YouTuber out here several months ago. This was about almost like 6 months ago, around 6 months ago. We've been doing our own thing, and things have been actually moving forward in the right direction. And we're very, very happy about that. But part of also moving in the right direction involves supporting the people that you care for and supporting those people that have helped you get to where you're at today. People like Tia, who's here right now, people like Sandra Palacio, who may be listening behind the scenes, people like OEN, who has been a great friend of mine for many, many years, at least 7, maybe even 8 years now. Hey, Tia, tomorrow is a beautiful day. I know what it is. All right. Wonderful. The sun is in my eyes again today. So let's go ahead and talk about things and catch everyone up. Okay. So today we're 35 days away from the major dispositive hearing in my circuit civil case against another YouTuber out here I'm the plaintiff. He's a defendant. This is the motion to dismiss / anti-SLAPP hearing, where he's trying to get the entire case dismissed, trying to state that my pleadings are improperly pled, which is not true, and then trying to claim in his anti-SLAPP that I'm trying to silence his freedom of speech, which is not true. He has been massively defaming me for years, but even many times over the last 2 years, or at least within 2 years of the date filed of the case last year, the statute of limitations for defamation in the state of Florida is 2 years. So there's plenty of defamation, and that will be easily pointed and directed to our judge, the Honorable Judge Susan Stacy, at the hearing on April 9th at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 10:30 a.m. Pacific Time, my time here in California. So we already know what's going on, and Don is already on, but it doesn't even really matter. We know what's going on because last night, the person right now that's currently violating me was on the live stream of the defendants. And had I gone live at that same time last night, he would not have rebroadcasted me, because that would be a slap in the defendant's face. No, it is what it is. It is what it is. Here's what really matters. Two things matter here. Number one, what matters is what happens in court, right? Regarding the defendant and I, right? And what also matters is what the YouTube court of public opinion really feels about these people, including the defendant, including the person that I'm assuming right now is rebroadcasting me again. And I don't care about putting it out there, because it doesn't matter. You know, you got a small group of people that only watch you because of me, right? And only watch you because of the defendant and his audience. Quite obvious. You know, you participate in these chats, yet you say that, oh, you're an independent free agent, rebroadcasting me on your own free will. Give me a break. Nobody's buying that. Nobody really cares, besides that one small group of people that will show up to anything that you do related to me. So it doesn't really mean anything. It's not going to get you anywhere. Can you folks hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me. Right? And if he's not rebroadcasting me, then I'd be surprised. But I think he is. It's okay. It's not a big deal. We're going to handle things in the proper ways, right? Hang on. I got somebody coming on the other side of the trail. Can you hear me and see me clearly? It's a bit windy, so I'm hoping you can hear me okay. ODN TV's in the house. Hi, Tia, Don, Gordon, Eli, GLM, and Flex, and Lewis. Yeah, hello, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Thank you, babe. Thank you, Tia, for the 1, and thank you, Don, for the 1. All right, so 35 days away from the hearing. Let me first of all let you all know where I'm at. I started preparing for this hearing about 25 days ago. I am very, very, very well prepared. I am not done yet. I already know he is, babe. I already know. Go file a DMCA on him, babe. We all know that that's all, Bill. That's all. That's all this community has. They have zero traction without me. Same thing goes for the defendant. It's the truth of the matter. That's why we're going to talk about it, because they just continue to do dumb things, right? Of course he is restreaming me. What else does he have to do, right? He was on the defendant's panel last night, and he would not have restreamed had it gone live at the same time, right? And that's the real test there, Bill. Bill, here's the thing. The next time I go live at the same time as your buddy, the defendant, why don't you restream me and see what happens? Will you do that? Bill, will you restream me at the same time that your buddy, the defendant in my circuit civil case, goes live? Why don't you admit that to your audience publicly live right now while you're stealing my content, Bill? Why don't you admit that you will not go live at the same time because you know that the defendant will get upset and will probably throw you out of his community? Will you do that? Will you make a vow to your audience, which is the defendant's audience, and people that will show up to anything that anyone restreams about me? Will you vow to them that the next time the defendant, whose panel you were on last night, you will go live and stream against him to restream me? Will you do that, Bill? It's okay, Bill. I'll just let you know. Things will be handled soon regarding your channel, Bill. No doubt about it. I haven't been too well lately. Had an episode. Sorry to hear about that, Gordo. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's okay, Bill. Enjoy it while you can. Enjoy your channel while you can, Bill. That's all I got to say. Because if you don't think that you can't report channels when you have the actual deleted links, and if you don't think that YouTube can reference when you've accepted super chats while restreaming me and then you delete the content. See, here's the thing, Bill. Let me make something very clear, right? And I really don't care. At this point, I can't. What the hell were those guys saying? Wow. It doesn't really matter. I can't control what happens while I'm live out here. All I can do is have somebody file a DMCA. It may go down before you delete it, it may not. But here's the thing. Every time you get a super chat on a stream that you delete, that information is stored by Google and YouTube. And when you file reports on channels, Bill, you can reference those links that we have to your deleted stream along with payment that you made. And then they do keep a shadow copy of the actual video. And when your channel gets reviewed and they see why you're deleting streams because you're being a repeat infringer, Bill, do not be surprised if at some point your channel is removed. I'm just saying, Bill. It's you do you, Bill. You do you, Bill, and I'm going to do me. I'm going to do what I have to do to protect my content, and that's all. And you can laugh about it all you want. You can insult me all you want. That doesn't mean anything, Bill. What means something to you is that YouTube channel, right? That YouTube channel means something to you. That's why you delete the streams afterwards and leave them up on Rumble. Rumble doesn't mean anything to you. That YouTube channel means something to you, Bill. So see, what I care about, Bill, is not the stuff that doesn't mean anything to you. What I care about is what means to you. What means something to you, right? So you keep on going, Bill. You keep on going, and eventually you're going to see what happens. And just know, Bill, that I have two partner managers, one for each channel. Just know that. And you'll see what's coming soon, Bill. That's all I got to say. You're going to see what's coming soon. You can call me every name in the book. That doesn't mean anything, Bill. You can keep on restreaming me without my permission. Keep doing it, Bill. You're going to see, poof, soon. Removed from YouTube Partner Program for spam and deceptive practices, right? Or for reuse content or spam and deceptive practices, or both, right? Yeah. Whatever. So anyway, can you folks still hear me? It's a bit windy over here. I want to make sure you can hear me okay. Thank you, Tia. Yeah, Dawn just messaged me behind the scenes. She's already filed the DMCA on Bill's restream. So it's all good. And she'll be watching for restarts. And she'll just keep filing them. We're not going to mention you anymore, Bill. I'm just throwing it out there because yeah, you can laugh and be insulting all you want, but let me tell you something about platform enforcement on YouTube. It's real. Lots of channels have gone down lately, Bill, such as another channel impersonating ODN's channel. I filed an impersonation report. 5 minutes later, that channel went down for terms of service. I also took down a sock account that was massively copyright infringing me. I think it was a posting with purpose channel. And then they tried to re-upload the same content to one of the two out of time channels. And then the out of time channel said, "Oh, I had permission from posting with purpose to re-upload the content that Eli struck down." You're the same person. What are you talking to yourself through sock accounts because you're afraid to address me on real accounts? Because why would any one of you be afraid to address me through your real account? Is it because some of you don't want to be identified during active litigation? I'm not accusing anyone of anything specifically. I'm just saying it seems like people are going the extra mile to try to hide things through sock accounts. And I just keep reporting. I keep on asserting my rights, and YouTube continues to take you down. And they will. And they will, right? If you don't go down for copyright, Bill, you will go down for terms of service. I promise you that. I'm just letting you know it's already in motion. You may want to stop. And Bill, when your channel goes down, if you'd like to try and sue me like some other woman did, I would be happy to go to court with you, Bill. When your channel goes down, Bill, because of my reports and asserting my rights, my legal rights against abuse of my content, then you can sue me, Bill, and I'd be happy to countersue you. It's all good, Bill. Mark my words. I'm only talking about this because this is going to be the stream where I make the prediction that before the end of 2026, at the very least, Bill will be demonetized, if not removed for terms of service violations or a violation of the terms of service. And you and your audience, or the defendant's audience, because you don't have an audience, Bill, you have the defendant's audience, right? You all can sit there and whine and cry and complain and try to regulate your dysregulations within the chat. It's all good. I stick to things procedurally on YouTube and also in the court, procedurally proper. Follow the rules, no problems, right? You violate the rules, eventually you're going to pay one way or another, right? Right. So, ODN, if you can do me a favor, if you can grab screenshots, that would be great. I'd appreciate that. So 35 days away, I'm ready to go. I have analyzed every single item on the docket, over 100 items on the docket. I have analyzed my complaint. I have analyzed all my exhibits. I have analyzed all of my notices of filing. I have analyzed the defendant's replies. I've analyzed even people that have filed things in the case as a non-party where they have no standing. I've analyzed all of that. I have literally done about 50 plus hours of analysis in 25 days. That's how extensive my analysis is. Can you all hear me? It's getting more windy here. Can you hear me okay? Put a 1 in the chat. Is it coming in clear? Is the windscreen doing its job? Yeah, thank you, Tia. Thank you, babe. Yeah, Dawn is keeping an eye on Bill's channel. Every time he restarts, she's refiling. It's all going to catch up to you, man. You're going to see. And then I'll look forward to you suing me for a wrongful termination of your channel. I would love to see you do that, Bill. Bill, if I'm the reason why your channel goes down for protecting my copyright and reporting your malice, you're going to sue me for wrongful termination of your YouTube channel like somebody else did, Bill? You know that'd be the best thing that could ever happen to me, Bill. I would love that. I would love that. Because you'd pay all the filing fees and I would countersue you. And I would countersue you with an army and mountain of evidence. So you're not going to do it, right? You're going to whine and complain on a you're going to whine and complain on a SOC channel or a secondary channel, which then will report for circumventing, Bill. That's the way it goes, right? If you want to play the game the way you're playing the game, Bill, we'll play the game better. And we'll just do it the right way, the procedurally proper way within the YouTube's terms of service and within the court, Bill. So I'm also going to be filing a few things with the court for the hearing. I'm not going to go into detail regarding that. I'll update you folks regarding that another time. Just letting you folks know we are 35 days away from the dispositive hearing. The motion to dismiss / anti-slap that the defendant filed. And in order for it to be dismissed, he has to dismiss 4 causes of action: malicious prosecution, abuse of process, defamation of character, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. And then for the anti-slap, he has to prove why he feels I'm trying to silence his freedom of speech when I'm not, when I have clear-cut defamatory statements within the last 2 years. Okay? That's that. We'll update you all another time. Now, another thing I want to talk about here, and I'm only talking about this because it really breaks my heart when people are exploited out here on this platform in an unfair way, right? A lot of people on this platform, including you, Mr. Defendant, like to exploit people for content, in my opinion, right? just like you're trying to do with this Jessica woman with a K, right? Let's talk about Jessica with a K, right? I don't really know a lot about her. I think her channel is called Nonchalantly Jess or something like that. Apparently, there was an article on the internet. Now, I have not verified this to be true or not. I think it is true. I'm not claiming it as a fact. I'm not saying anything negative about this woman. I don't know the whole story. All I know is what was put in that article and what the defendant put out in a video and talked about in a live stream last night with none other than Mr. Bill on his panel, right? The guy that's currently restreaming me, right? Now, apparently, allegedly, in that article, apparently the police walked into an apartment or a house owned by this lady or rented by this lady, and they found 4 deceased cats, supposedly, allegedly, and they also, well, hang on a second, Tia. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I understand what you're saying, but that's not the way the law works here in the U.S., Tia. No disrespect intended. I get where you're coming from. We have what's called due process here. We also are innocent until proven guilty. Okay? And this is the problem with social media, is they like to play judge, jury, and executioner before all the facts are heard. No one's heard her side of the story. No one knows what she's been through. No one knows the situation, right? So according to our own laws here in the U.S., according to due process and being innocent until proven guilty, okay, well, that's a separate case. Okay, and I don't know that. I don't know that for a fact. I don't know where you got that information. I'm not here to speculate. That might be true, but I don't have that information. And here's the thing. That was then, this is now. It's a different case. Every case, you're innocent until proven guilty. Period. End of story. That's the way due process works. I'm not saying she's right or wrong. Of course it shows pattern. That still doesn't mean she's guilty until proven innocent. Tia, that's not the way the law works here. I'm not trying to go against you. I'm just saying, you're an American like me. Due process, innocent until proven guilty, despite previous charges, despite pattern evidence. You can use that pattern evidence, sure. But this is a new case with new charges that are probably going to be put on her, right? Right now, I believe she was arrested due to probable cause. Now the DA has to decide, are they going to pursue a case? Then they file charges, right? And then she gets her day in court. She gets the plea. And then we go from there, right? Called due process, right? So here's the thing, right? Despite what anyone thinks about this situation, including the defendant that actually did an entire video on this pre-recorded on his drama channel, and then did a live stream to talk about it again last night. And then he's been talking about all the backlash on his community wall. He's trying to re-engage himself in the Krama community. He's trying to. On one hand, he's been trying to say, oh, you know what, I'm getting out of the drama. I'm focusing on my monetized movie channel, right? Really? Focusing on that channel and then trying to antagonize people all day on a community while trying to get the Krama community to re-engage the next conflict cycle, right? That he can use, for people to donate to on his channel, right? Babe, you said if. What do you mean by if? What do you mean by if? Prior comment? I didn't see your prior comment, babe. Did you make another prior comment? If you did, I didn't see it. I saw Tia wrote, it shows pattern. She had charges of animal abuse from 2022. I haven't seen anything else. Did you post something, babe? Because if you did, it did not go through. And that could have been a glitch. Try to put it in there again. I did not see it. None of us saw it. I want to make sure everything is in there. I'm going to be training Tia and Sandra to file how to file DMCAs, and I'm going to give them access to the channel to do so as well. So that way we have more people. Give me a second. I'll be right back. All right. We are back live. We are back live. Live. Can you put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me clearly? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me clearly, please. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me clearly, please. Tia, you can hear me. Don, can you hear me also as well? Just to verify. Let me know. Just to verify. Tia, put a 1 again if you can hear me again, just to make sure, please. If you can put a 1 just one more time, I would appreciate that, Tia. Thank you. Thank you. Fast. I can take care of things when I have a good system between Don and I. That's okay. You want to keep playing, keep playing. 3 1s by Tia. Thank you. Okay. So here's the thing. You know, I want to share my thoughts just regarding another YouTuber's content strategy, content style, and my reasoning, in my opinion, why he's doing it. And it just happens to be the defendant, the guy that I'm suing, right? Apparently, you know, he has not made any content on me, which is great. That's wonderful, right? But here's the thing. Look at it this way, okay? He's been bragging a lot about his monetized, you know, channel getting lots of views. Let's say, for example, he gets 100,000 views a month at an average of $10 CPM per 1,000 views. CPM is cost per mil, cost per 1,000, right? And then he gets 55% of that, and YouTube and Google get 45%. So let's say for every 1,000 views, he makes $5. If he gets 100,000 views in 1 month on that monetized channel, he's probably going to make anywhere from $350 to $500 a month on ad revenue, right? Now, he's been bragging about that channel, saying that he's leaving the drama and he's doing something that's more defining of him, right? But now all of a sudden he's trying to insert himself back into drama, even though he won't talk about me anymore because we're in active litigation. Good idea there, right? Well, it's not that he doesn't talk about me. He can talk about me all he wants. He's not using my content, which is what makes him the money, the watch parties, which is what Bill is doing right now instead of him, right? Right? So why is he trying so hard, in my opinion, why is he trying so hard to re-engage with the Krama community? The Krama community is a community of ladies out here on YouTube that create true crime content. And the reason why it's been nicknamed Krama is because it's a word that combines true crime and drama. Like a lot of these channels that create the true crime content also do drama content, and they do similar content as what the defendant does. Yes, I can see that, babe. Yes. Can you go ahead and type in again what you were going to put in? Yes. What have you been trying to put in the chat that's been getting blocked? Because you're a managing mod here. The only person that could block you would be Google or YouTube. Or it could be a temporary phone glitch or something. So why has he been trying to create new controversy? Because think of it this way, 100,000 views, which is a lot of work to get those 100,000 views to make $500 a month on his other channel. 1 2-hour rebroadcast drama stream that he used to do on me would make him $300 to $500 a stream. $500 a month for all that hard work, or $300 to $500 for 1 2-hour show, times, let's say, 20 shows each month or 10 shows each month. You do the math. That's what this guy has made off of me in the past. And he misses making that amount of money. He knows I'm right. He's watching me right now. And, you know, hey, it's part of my freedom of speech. I'm sharing my opinions on what I feel is going on here. And I have the right to do that because, hey, you know, your group of people continues to rebroadcast me, right? You're not trying to tell somebody to stop rebroadcasting me, where you could ask him. You can't tell him. You can ask him. He's a part of your group. He came on your panel last night. You know, Mr. Defendant, how about you publicly state if Bill restreamed me, if I was streaming at the same time, you're streaming live, if Bill restreamed my stream instead of participating in your chat while you're live at the same time, would you have a problem with that? Why don't you answer questions like that you really don't want to answer, right? That's a real genuine question there that you won't answer because you know what the answer is, right? You see, all of you people want your cake and then you want to eat it too, right? You want to make your bed and then lay in it again right after you made it, right? You know, figures of speech, right? So, honestly, what I think is going on here is the defendant is used to making very easy money by restreaming people like me or creating conflict-style content. He's trying to, on one hand, say, oh, I'm out of the drama, or I don't do really much drama anymore. That's what he said last night. He said that last night. And now he's gone full-blown drama. Why? Because he wants people talking about him like me. And that's fine. I'll talk about it. I won't talk about it every day. I can talk about it when I want, and I'll do it respectfully. Babe, can you send me a message? Can you text me exactly what you were trying to put out on YouTube, and I'll let you know if you're being blocked. Can you send it to me in a text message? This is happening quite often with you, babe, and I need to know why you're being blocked, because no one's blocking you here. And the block words list doesn't apply to moderators, standard mods, or managing mods. Babe, I need to know why you're being blocked. Okay. Oh, babe, here's the thing. Is your message longer than 200 characters? Are you trying to send a message longer than 200 characters? If you are, that's why it's not going through. It's too long. Are these long messages? You get 200 characters, babe. Usually, YouTube will tell you. I just don't know what's going on. This has been consistent with you. I have to see what you're doing when I get home. So here's the thing. The defendant is talking about this Jessica with a K, right? And he's sharing public information. Give me a second. Yeah, you may be getting blocked by YouTube for saying, even though, babe, that is really nothing bad to say. I think YouTube is blocking that message from going out. Yeah, and honestly, it's really, I think, because of the way it's being phrased, I think it is basically blocking it. Anyway. It is what it is. If you say things like that and it's not going through, you have to just assume it's the Google filter. Sorry about that. So here's the thing. Here's my main thing regarding this, okay? Nothing wrong with the defendant responding and doing commentary on an article, especially because it was somebody in a community he used to be involved with. Now remember, the defendant here a few years back got heavily involved in the trauma community, and he really, in my opinion, exploited them. And now he's trying to exploit them again because since he and I are in court and it's not safe for him to rebroadcast me, right? Or talk about me negatively. He can talk about me, he just can't defame me, right? And he can't, say things that are going to affect him in court, right? What I'm doing here is this is real commentary. I'm just talking about behavior, right? But because of that, he needs some new conflict to keep the drama ecosystem going, because $500 a month for 100,000 views on his monetized channel is nowhere nearly the amount of money he was making with the drama content, which could be $300 to $500 a day at times, or at least $1,000 a week, or $500 a week. Like $500 a week even is more than $500 a month, right? So he's having withdrawals of, in my opinion, he's having withdrawals of not making as much money as he used to. He's trying to reach that high again, right? Well, good luck on that, sir, because you burned so many bridges. It doesn't matter, Bill rebroadcasting me, your audience is over there. It doesn't matter. What matters is most people know the truth. They know how you operate. And that's how you operate, right? In my opinion, of course, right? So That's not the problem, him talking about it, right? The problem is other people gave their opinions, like myself, and he chastised on his community wall the Krama community, where some people stood up for Jessica with a K, right? You know, nonchalantly Jess, I believe, is her channel name, right? Now, here's the thing, Mr. Defendant. Let me make it very clear to you again. Okay? This is supposedly a criminal case, which is different than our civil case. In a criminal case, you are innocent until proven guilty, despite your past record, despite your past history. Yes, it can be, your past can be used as pattern evidence, but in a current, regarding current charges or current probable cause, there probably haven't even been, I don't think there have been any charges placed on her yet. There was probable cause to get a warrant from a judge to search her property and then arrest her, right? We haven't heard her side of the story yet. Doesn't matter. Her past doesn't matter. This is called due process. Due process means that you're innocent until proven guilty, not the other way around. This, on YouTube, you're guilty until proven innocent, right? At least in some people's eyes, right? So here's the thing. In my opinion, Mr. Defendant, I feel you're trying to use this as your way back into the Krama community to start more conflict. And at the same time, I saw on his community wall, he's calling people out saying, oh, you people are too chicken to face me one-on-one or to come on a panel with me. No one wants to come on your channel, sir. No one's going to come on your channel to be commercially exploited, sir. Bottom line, no one's going to come on your channel to be commercially exploited, right? You already burned your bridge with that community and many others, right? So yeah, he's trying to get back in with the Krama community. He's trying to stir up the pot, and none of them are buying it, including Natasha C, right? Now he's going at Natasha C again. He's trying to leverage Natasha as well. And basically, he puts a community posting on his community wall, makes a caricature meme of her, very derogatory, nasty in my opinion, but that's what he does. And then he says in the comment section that, Natasha's audience always, takes her side and makes her appear like the victim, right? You have some nerve to accuse Natasha and her audience of you doing the same thing through your audience. Your audience does the same thing. Whenever you get called out on the truth, which you don't want to be called out on the truth because it's your content engine, right? Whenever you're called out on the truth, your audience will say, oh, the defendant is the victim and Eli is just jealous and no, right? You're accusing other people of doing the same thing through their audience that you do through yours. And I'm sitting here watching this on my spare time, and I'm like, this is comical. I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to set the record straight because it's a good lesson to teach and to learn, right? And let me say this too. You, sir, Mr. Defendant, are trying to say that people lack empathy, that people have no morals. You have some nerve, sir, to question people on their morals, values, and ethics. You have some nerve, right? You don't care about anyone's morals, values, and ethics. You care about leveraging conflict for drama donations, period, end of story. You know I'm right. You'll never admit it. And this is why people will not come on a panel with you, sir, because there's no point to paneling up with someone that is only there to extract money at the expense of your name and likeness. Doesn't matter who the character is, right? You see, sir, you don't want people coming on your panels for a genuine conversation. You want people coming on there so you can insult them live on the air while your audience feels like they're watching a Jerry Springer type of show, and then they donate to you insulting someone. And the longer that person stays on and takes your insults, the more money they give you, right? That's your game, in my opinion, sir. Of course, in my opinion. No accusation, sir. It's my opinion, right? Another thing, sir. Again, like I said, you don't know. You and others don't know the full story yet. We have not heard her side of the story. She's going to have her day in court. She's going to have to plead innocent or guilty. She's going to have to respond to any criminal charges, right? That I believe still have not been filed on her. She was arrested with probable cause. They got a warrant to check her house or apartment, and they arrested her on that. That's probable cause. That doesn't prove anything. We don't know what happened. You can't accuse people of things that we don't know the full story of, right? All you can say is that, hey, she got arrested for this at this time. This is what the article said. And that's all. Right? Now, here's the thing. You want to talk about morals, values, and ethics, Mr. Defendant. You have no idea what this woman has gone through. I'm not saying what she did is right or wrong. I just don't have enough information to talk about it, right? And I don't do drama. All I'm doing is correcting the record and being the peacemaker, right? You don't know what she's been through. You don't know what her financial situation is. You don't know what's going on. Maybe she has no one to fall back on when times are tough. You see, here's the thing, sir, Mr. Defendant. First of all, I don't care what you and your audience says or does to respond to this. Okay, if she, and allegedly, Tia, allegedly, we don't have proof. We don't know that. But we can say allegedly, or in your opinion, she has mental health issues. If she has mental health issues, allegedly, then don't people think that comes into play in a situation like this? And shouldn't we take people's mental health issues into consideration? See, the defendant here, sir, here's the thing with you. In my opinion, sir, you prey on the vulnerabilities of people that have mental health issues. In my opinion, that's what I think you do, right? I'm not accusing you. I'm saying in my opinion, sir, because your pattern of behavior in the past seems to evolve around people with mental health issues or people that are vulnerable individuals, people with disabilities, etc., right? People that can be easily swayed and manipulated, right? In my opinion, of course, right? So if this woman supposedly, allegedly has mental health issues, why aren't we taking that into consideration? Hey, no one in their right mind that's a decent person is going to be okay with police going into someone's home and finding 4 deceased cats and then 2 other dogs that were alive. We don't know what happened. But here's the thing, sir. She probably has no one to fall back to. She probably doesn't have any family that can help her or anything. See, the difference between her and you and I, sir, is you and I have family we can fall back on. Okay? I'm not saying that you or I are falling back on our family. The truth of the matter is, sir, both of us do live in the home with our family. We both have a different situation. I don't have to get into that. But forget about that, okay? Forget about that. You and I have family to fall back on. She probably doesn't. Other people don't. Other people are not as fortunate as you and I are. They're not. And you want to come out here and play the God Almighty preacher of, morals, values, and ethics, right? You want to come out here and be the preacher of morals, values, and ethics while you're living comfortably because you do have family to fall back on. So do I, right? And you're not taking into consideration that this woman may not have what you and I are fortunate to have. Now, you ask yourself that, sir. I'm not going to pass judgment. I'm just going to ask you to ask yourself. When you look at it through that lens, what kind of human being does that make you, sir, to not take other people's situations into consideration when, sir, you've never had to worry about a thing all your life. You've always had your family to fall back on, and so have I. I'm not saying I've used that. Just because Dawn and I share a home with my mother doesn't mean we're falling back on the family. We do pay our own way, and whatever you do is on you. But I can tell you that, yes, I do have my family to fall back on. So does my brother. And Dawn has family she can fall back on, which she's part of my family now too. So if anything were to go wrong, my family would help us all. Not saying that's going to happen, but if it needed to happen, it would. What I'm saying is we have that option. So do you. You have that option whether you're using it or not, right? But you're not taking into consideration what this woman has or doesn't have that you and I both have. What kind of a person does that make you? Why don't you talk about this, sir? Because this, to me, forget about everything else. Forget about the drama content. Forget about YouTube. Forget about the court case between you and I. Focus on this one thing, sir. Focus on the one thing. You have something to fall back on. So do I. This woman probably doesn't. But you want to exploit her for content because your drama donation campaign has slowed down because you and I are in court and we have a major dispositive motion to dismiss anti-SLAPP hearing coming up in 35 days. Is that the truth of the matter? Right? And here's the thing, sir. I'm not giving you permission. I'm not giving you permission to do this, sir. I'm not giving you permission at all to do this. But honestly, sir, if you really were a man of your word, if you really weren't afraid of anything, sir, then you would rebroadcast my streams still, even though I do not give you permission. I'm not giving you permission. I'm just saying, if you were a man of your word and you were the big man on campus, or let's say you are the big man on campus like you claim to be, why wouldn't you rebroadcast me instead of Bill? Honestly. Why Bill? Why Bill? Why not you? Or why not your the two other ladies that work very closely with you? Why not? Is it because of the court case? Is it because you're trying to mitigate? Sorry, I just got a text message from my Do Not Disturb. It's not a big deal. You'll never answer these questions. You won't. You're going to ignore it. You're going to ignore this whole stream. Or maybe you'll cherry pick what to talk about, right? I don't care whether you talk about me or not. You have the right to talk about me. What you don't have the right to do is defame me or violate my copyright. Anything else, you can talk about me, even during active litigation, right? By the way, the confidentiality agreement for non-public videos was finally signed last week by the defendant, and I filed it with the court, and it's officially on the docket right now. I filed it yesterday. It was actually approved very quickly in less than a day, the same day. So it's on the docket right now. I think it's docket number like 119 or 120, or I forgot, man. There's so many dockets right now. It's ridiculous, right? And it took some back and forth through some emails with the defendant, but we ended up coming up with a agreeable agreement. And that's done. So, I did my part regarding what Judge Stacy asked us to do at the hearing. We both agreed to the confidentiality agreement. It did take like over 3 weeks for it to be finalized and signed and filed with the court, but we got it done. That's all good, right? That's all good. And a few other things real quick. I might even go on the other side for a second. Can you folks still hear me? One in the chat, if you can hear me and see me, please. And yeah, Tia, share your thoughts too. Like, some people do truly have mental health issues. And thank you, ODN. The people that have true mental health issues, Dawn has had mental health issues. And Dawn's come out publicly and said it. And she's gotten the right help, gotten the right medication. She has a therapist and a psychologist. And look at her today. Dawn is a superstar. She's always been a superstar. But Dawn wanted to get the help. And yes, her mental health was affecting her in certain things. So that always has to be taken into consideration. But do you not think, Tia, let me ask you this. Do you not think, put a 4 in the chat if any of you feel that mental health should be taken into consideration when it comes to criminal charges. And be reasonable, because if you're not reasonable, I'm going to check you. I'll check my own people. I love you all, but I'll keep you in check. Respectfully speaking, of course, right? They all say 4, I think. ODN, waiting for you, broski. Come on, broski. Hey, broski. Come on, broski. Where are you? Where's your 4? All right, so here's the thing, right? Now, here's some other things going on, right? I didn't hear the question. I was bringing stuff in from the truck. What I said was, put a 4 in the chat if you feel that mental health should be taken into consideration in a criminal case. Both Dawn and Tia and I agree, 4. It has to be. Absolutely. So here's the thing. At the very least, Mr. Defendant, you're not taking this woman's mental health into consideration. From what I've noticed about you, in my opinion, sir, you never take anyone's health, you never take anyone's mental health into consideration. What you've done, in my opinion, sir, I'm stating it as my opinion. I can do opinions, right? Especially if I state them as one, right? In my opinion, sir, I think you've exploited people's mental health issues for your drama donations for drama campaign content. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree that you feel the defendant has exploited people with mental health and severe mental health issues for content and drama donations. Put a 1 in the chat. That's what you've done. And you want to call yourself a person that lives on a moral high ground? Really? You want to bring that up to Judge Stacy, and you want to bring up moral high grounds? We can certainly talk about that if you want, but how's it going? We can certainly talk about that if you want to make it a moral high ground issue at the motion to dismiss anti-SLAPP hearing. We could do that, right? Nobody trusts you, sir, in the trauma community. Nobody trusts you in my community. You know why? Because you've exploited all of us. You've exploited all of us in many ways, primarily for drama donations. Now, ODN in the same community. Earlier on in the week, I love ODN. He's my broski. I'm his broski. We're broskies, right, broski? Okay. So he's been having issues with Brutally Lauren, who him and I have known for like 8 years, like 7, 8 years, something like that, right? And I think that's been resolved. They're figuring that out. Right, broski? Yeah. And they're figuring that out, right? ODN a few days back went on Lauren's panel. I saw that. Instead of me going live that day, I said, I'm going to pop on this panel. I'm going to stand up for my broski. And if you all want to clip me saying Eli stands up for his broski, it's all good. I stand up for people I care about and I know are right. Now, I went onto that panel, right? I went onto that panel. And listen, I don't have a problem with Lauren. I don't. I never have. My only issue with Lauren is that she associates with people that have harmed me. And I just don't want to be attached to anyone that associates with people that have harmed me in any way, shape, or form. And I think that's what ODN is trying to do, right? The people she associates with are people that have harmed us, right? Now, Lauren herself has not harmed myself or harmed ODN. Has she probably talked a little smack about us? Sure, but we everyone's talked smack about everyone, right? I go on that panel. Next thing you know, there's this woman in the chat. Her name is Holly. I'm not going to put her last name. I don't know if that's her real last name she uses on the StreamYard or she has another different name as her YouTube username, right? As her YouTube handle, right? She's probably watching right now because she loves drama. I'll tell you, that Holly, babe, put a 1 in the chat. And ODN and Tia, I don't know if you know who it is. That Holly woman that's been around these communities or this community for like 6 months, right? And she thinks she knows the entire 8+ year backstory. Are you watching me right now, Holly? Are you bored? You need more drama on your Thursday night? You want to call me a drama channel, right? All I'm doing is trying to help people see how dumb this all is so they can focus on more positive things in life. But I got to share the story in order to get to that point, right? For everyone, right? One trillion, my lady says, right? So that lady, Holly, pops on the stream and starts going off on me. And I'm sitting there all cool, calm, and collected. I'm in the office. Dawn's in the living room, right? I'm in the office and this woman comes on. I've never, ever seen her before. I think I've seen her channel around a few times, but I've never seen her on a panel. I've never heard her voice or anything, right? She starts going off. I came on here because Brutally Lauren was talking with ODN, and you came on and tried to take over the whole show. No, I didn't. I came on to support ODN and to also say hello to Lauren, who I've known much longer than you. I said that on the show, right? And then she basically tells me, oh, you've done all this crazy stuff and now you're paying the price for it. That stuff happened 8 years ago. I never did any of that. I had a few privately recorded phone calls that ended up being public, and the people that put them out admitted that they were clipped out of context. I never did any of that. And I asked her, where did you find this? Where did you get this information from? Who sent it to you? Where did you hear about it? She wouldn't answer, right? Then I asked her, how long have you been a part of this community for? About 6 months. Okay, well then you don't know the whole backstory. I've known these people for over 8 years. That's a huge difference, right? I think this lady, Holly, it's just, she was looking to probably try to find a group to have like a support group, like what do you call it? The what do you call it? The I forgot the word. I forgot that there's a specific phrase for it, right? A lot of people use YouTube as a certain type of support group, and I cannot remember, right? Well, that too, babe. I mean, that too, the emotional thing, yes. But a lot of people, come out here because it's a way to relate with other people that are similar to them, right? Some people join these groups because maybe they're going through a transition period. Some people that go through divorces or breakups or whatever, they'll come out on YouTube, find groups like these, and they use it to try to regulate their emotions by trying to attack people that are regulated like myself and you, babe. Right? So what did I do? She kept coming at me, and I kept on staying cool, calm, and collected, right? And the more cool, calm, and collected I stayed, the more triggered she got. And I wasn't trying to trigger her. Ma'am, I'm not trying to trigger you. And I don't have any wrong intentions towards you. I don't hate you. I don't hate anyone. But you came on like a raging bull because I popped on a panel that Lauren allowed me to come on. It was Lauren's choice to let me on. Lauren is the channel owner, ma'am, not you. You came on, and if anything, ma'am, you accused me of taking over Lauren's show. If anything, ma'am, I could accuse you of trying to take over Lauren's channel as a channel owner. I didn't do that, Dawn. I'm not doing that. I think, ma'am, the truth of the matter is this. I think that you're triggered because it's hard for you to accept the truth from regulated people like myself. And if you want to call me dysregulated, that's on you. It's your opinion, whatever, right? I'm not attacking you. All I'm doing is stating what actually happened. I'm stating it in a cool, calm, and collected way, right? At Team YouTube, the Brutally Honest channel, BRUTALLYHONEST channel, is rebroadcasting me. Please read this transcript and check his channel through Content ID. He's going to delete the stream. I know you keep deleted copies, I believe. So please look into this. Just another thing I'll just put in there every stream, and hopefully the transcript will trigger the AI to eventually, one way or another, man, I'm telling you, one way or another, Bill is playing with fire right now. It's all good, Bill. It's a matter of time. That's all. It's a matter of time. All good in the hood, right? Now, on top of this Holly woman, then Tiffany pops on. Tiffany popped on and was being all smirky, snarky, and sarcastic, and saying, "How you doing, Elon? How you doing, Tiffany?" I'll give you sarcasm right back. The first thing I asked her is, "How's your man doing?" Because I actually respect her boyfriend. She has one of the nicest guys any woman could have. This guy is a good dude. He's made good money. He makes good investments. He has a nice house. She gets to live there. She's got the good life, right? All I did was pay the guy a compliment. I even told her, "Hey, say hello to him," because she connected me with him and we had a conversation one time. It was a good conversation, right? Got nothing bad to say about him at all, right? And then Tiffany comes on like the old days and she starts insulting me. You know, what makes you qualified to be a life coach? And I'm called myself a life coach in 2 years. Well, and then what do you do and how many clients do you have? What am I on the fucking stand? Are you like a prosecutor? Are you the DA, ma'am? Who the hell do you think you are? I didn't say that in my head. I'm like, but I was staying cool, calm, and collected. Right now, I'm live on my own channel. I'll tell you how I really felt. But I mean, I'm not triggered. I'm just saying, what's the point? She comes on there trying to insult me, right? All of these people stem from one person, the guy I'm suing. I would not know any of these people, any of them, if it wasn't for the defendant initially infiltrating the Krama community. I think that's where he found Tiffany from. I think that's where she came from. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tia, you probably know this. Tiffany came from the Krama community, right? True crime drama, right? They're emotional. Yeah. Yep. When people like you and me just want to enjoy our day. Yeah. You can't let them consume your energy, right? They're trying to consume your energy because they're trying to regulate themselves, right? They're trying to regulate themselves. So, in my opinion, a lot of these people are dysregulated. So they see how regulated I am. Listen, they're entitled to their opinions. If Tiffany, if you don't think I'm qualified to be a life coach or teach personal development or whatever, that's your opinion. You have the right to say that, right? Right? But you've said that a million times. You've said that so many times, right? How many times do you have to repeat that? Why is it necessary to repeat that every time that you happen to pop on a panel with me? What is the point? Do you want to try to ruin my reputation to the whole world? Do you think you're ruining my reputation? The only person that can ruin my reputation is someone that actually defames me, which you did actually defame me on that show. And then you asked me if I'm going to sue you. And I said, I'm not going to sue you, Tiffany. You have not caused me much harm compared to the person I am actually suing, partially for defamation and other causes of action, right? But, and I forgot where I was going with this. There was somewhere I was going with this. But yeah, she was, basically coming on to do the same thing she's always done, right? Again, say it all you want. You're only making yourself look bad, right? And yeah, you might get people in that small drama community of yours, Tiff, or if it even stems over to the defendants drama group or this small ecosystem, echo chamber group of people, right? Right. When you come on and say, oh, you're not a life coach and you haven't helped anyone and this and that, right? Yeah, that group of people of 30 or 40 people, yeah, they'll laugh at it for maybe 30 minutes. And once that show is over, they forget about the whole thing, right? Like, do you folks think that if you keep doing it every time you pop on a panel with me, that the whole world is going to think I'm a crappy person? Because I'm really not. And most people know that, right? Right? But this is what's happened in this whole group, and this whole group of people stem back to the person I'm suing. Like, they're all tied in together, right? Now, later on that night, I'm not going to share what happened here. I did talk to ODM privately for like an hour and a half. So all I'm going to say is this, Tiffany. That's one person I've helped. He's also helped me too. Does that count in your book? Right? Do I have to mention every time I help someone, or can I just help someone privately without having to mention it because you want proof and validation that I'm qualified to make YouTube content on self-help, personal development, right? Right? Because you're trying to kick me down to regulate yourself because I'm so regulated and you don't like the fact that I'm so cool, calm, and collected and regulated, right? So you want to try to kick me down to your level, right? Same old thing every time, right? Same old thing every time, right? Now, see, I could have gone live over the course of last week and the week before and done a show every day on all this. I said, you know what? Let me wait for the right time and do a combined show. I don't need to talk about this stuff every day. Today, I wanted to talk about it because what really bothered me the most is that the defendant is trying to sit on a moral high ground. He's trying to say, don't people have morals, values, and ethics regarding this? Well, where are yours, sir? And you're not taking her mental health into consideration. And you're basically, you know, in my opinion, trying to say she's guilty before she's had her day in court. Sir, you believe in due process, right? Do you not think if I could have my way, I would have already, wanted to skip all of this and have the court enforce certain things on you that you violated me on? No, I understand it's a process, sir. That's called due process. It takes time. It takes time, right? I think you know that, sir, but you need content right now because you're not making the same money you used to make. You're not. You're not making the same money you used to make. And you miss that money. You miss hitting that high, right? It's the high of making money, restreaming me, or creating other drama content where you got the big bucks. Like remember Silicone? Remember Silicone J.O.? Where is he? What happened with that? Where are all the big bad donors, right? Where are all the donors, man? And do you think, in my opinion, I think that a lot of the dollar amounts you put on your ticker on the bottom are inflated to make it appear like you're making more than you are. Because if those numbers were true, then what are you complaining about? You're still making money. Or do you want to make more money? Is it the fact that you want to make like $200, $300 to $500 a stream like you used to make? You're not happy making $300 to $500 a week. You want to make $300 to $500 a stream. Is that what you're aiming for? So you got to try to revamp the drama. You're not gonna. No one's going to come on your panels from Krama. Nobody trusts you there. Nobody on my end trusts you. Because here's the thing, sir, in my opinion, you have burned. You listen, you come at me all you want, as long as you don't defame me or violate my copyright. Which I think you have a hard time doing both, because the only time that you get traction on me is when you defame me or violate my copyright or insult me, which is protected speech. Maybe you'll insult me, right? So yeah, feel free to insult me, right? Feel free to insult me. And correct me if I'm wrong, right? And then another thing, right? You've got your girlfriend that, she's coming out being high and almighty as well on your panels and in some YouTube comments, right? Does she sign off on every single thing that you do? Right? Do you sign off on everything that he does, ma'am? Do you not read between the lines? Ma'am, do you believe that people are innocent before proven guilty? Do you believe in due process, ma'am? Because I'm an American. I am Greek. I was born here. I'm Greek American, but I'm an American. I was born here. I'm an American and I believe in due process, right? Let me show you the beauty over here. I'm an American and I believe in due process, right? And I also believe that everyone is innocent until proven guilty in a criminal case. You see, I don't worry about the bill thing anymore because I'm already escalating things. I've already escalated things, and I'm going to continue to further escalate things through YouTube's internal team regarding what Bill is doing. Like, seriously, Bill, you can talk about me all you want. You can insult me. You can keep deleting every single stream. You do realize that YouTube does have the data. You do realize that, especially when you take super chats on deleted streams, you still get paid out those super chats, and that still ties your super chat to that stream. That even though you deleted publicly from your channel, it's still on a shadow copy on YouTube servers attached to those super chats. All it's going to take, Bill, is the right internal team to look at it, right? And I'm that's why, I'm not triggered, man. I'm not bothered by it at all because I know eventually you will be platform enforced. I think you will be platform enforced too, right? Are you insulting me right now, Bill? Are you insulting me as we speak here, Bill? How many insults are you gonna call me today because you have nothing productive? You have no productive commentary to even make these streams fair use, and you doing the whole thing while I'm live automatically disqualifies your fair use argument. But even if you had a fair use argument, like, what's the point of your commentary? All you do is insult. You're not even talking about the actual stuff, right? You won't respond to certain things that I'm talking about because it'd be admitting guilt, right? None of you will respond to any of the stuff that I talk about because you don't want to admit guilt to the game you're playing as your content strategy, right? You don't like the fact that I go live at times, and as part of my personal development and self-help, I call it out so people can learn. When they come across dealing with people like you folks are going to know how to handle you just like I know how to handle you, right? Right? Because I'll tell you this, Bill and defending anyone else, everyone's day always comes. I'll tell you that right now. Everyone's day always comes. People that play with fire always end up getting burned, right? And you guys are playing with fire. I'm not. I'm just cool, calm, and collected, right? I got nothing to worry about. But you guys keep playing with fire, right? You keep playing with fire. So eventually you're going to get burned. And when you do, guess what? I don't know. Maybe we'll go live and talk about it. Maybe we'll just laugh internally. Who knows? We'll figure it out at that point. It's YouTube, right? We'll do what we feel is right. But all I know is this. Eventually, like I said, everyone that plays with fire gets burned. Right? And you know it. You know it. You know you're pushing the boundaries. You absolutely know you are. You know you are. Because you're too chicken to leave any of these rebroadcasts public. Let me ask you something, Bill. Are you too afraid to leave any of these rebroadcasts public? So are you afraid to leave it public? Why don't you leave this one public? And don't sit there and say, "Oh, I'm not going to leave it public so you can DMCA me." What I'm asking you, are you afraid of being DMCA'd? Why don't you admit publicly that you're afraid of being DMCA'd, and that's why you won't leave in public on YouTube, right? How about you publicly admit that? That's a great question. Quote, what does criticizing anyone really do? It makes the criticizer look like an ass. Yeah. I said that I asked her if she was new. Yeah. What are you afraid of, Bill? It's all going to come to an end, man. I'm telling you that. Right? Systems take time to work through things, including platform enforcement. YouTube and Google look at patterns, right? You don't think every time that you rebroadcast and you delete, you don't think they see that pattern in their system? You don't think they have protection against repeat infringers because copyright law and DMCA laws require them to? You don't think that Google and YouTube are the absolute best in content detection on the planet? They are. You don't think they know what you're doing already? They just haven't enforced it. They just haven't. They're waiting to get more, right? It takes a lot to get removed. They need to have several different patterns, right? More and more you get reported, the more and more you get flagged during an active stream. Even if you delete afterwards, that's another report. The more and more reports, it adds up, man. Right? And don't even forget, I have 3 years to sue you on now 17 pieces of content that you've rebroadcasted. I've got them all downloaded. I've got them all screenshot from Rumble. I even have certain stuff screen recorded from YouTube. Right? Seriously. Right? Do you think what you're doing is legal? Do you think what you're doing is right? Does your audience think it's legal? They don't think it's legal. They don't care. They just have a place to go because they love drama. And you try to make my content drama, and it's not. My content here is teaching lessons and basically helping people understand how to better deal with people that are abusive on the internet or abusive in general, right? We are at, wow, 93 minutes. Wow, I've been on for 93 minutes. Oh, wow, that's good. An hour and 33 minutes. All right. I'm going to go. Thank you to everyone for being here. Thank you for your support. Oh, my lady's quote. Respectfully, maturely, and professionally, Don says, when a person truly believes they will win in life, that belief shapes their mindset, fuels persistence, and helps turn challenges into steps toward a positive future. One more time, respectfully, maturely, and professionally. My lovely lady Dawn's post, or a quote of the day: when a person truly believes they will win in life, that belief shapes their mindset, fuels persistence, and helps turn challenges into steps towards a positive future. Oh, and I will answer this before I go here. The reason why I didn't go on your panel, Bill, is the same reason why these Krama women will not go on the defendant's panel, Mr. J's panel. Why? Because it's a waste of time. all you folks are going to do is insult us and try to keep us on as long as possible while insulting us to make your audience laugh and to donate to you. It's pathetic. It is a crappy content model. And you've done that to people many times. Both of you have done that to people many times. And people don't trust you anymore, right? No one's afraid of you, Bill. No one's afraid of Mr. J, the defendant. We're not afraid of you. You guys try to make it come off to your audience like we're afraid of you because you want them to get enraged in all this, right? Right? You want to enrage your audience. But the truth of the matter is, even they know we're not afraid of you, right? Oh, and by the way, that Holly woman. One more thing before I go off the air. That Holly woman. Well, Bill was waiting for you. Were you one of the people that were waiting there, Holly? I asked her that woman that came on. I'm thinking, who the hell is this lady, right? Right. And she goes, well, you're not a man of your word. A man of my word. What does it matter to you? You don't know me. My word doesn't matter to you anyway. My word doesn't matter to drama people where, no one's word has any bearing besides drama, right? Right? And then I asked her, I said, were you one of those people that were waiting for that show? And she goes, yeah. I said, you were waiting for quite some time, weren't you? And that triggered her because she would say, well, you did that on purpose because you wanted us waiting. Well, yeah, and you waited. How long would you have waited, ma'am? Would you have waited there all night for me to show up? You see, that's how you flip it on people like that, right? They come on there, they try to create noise. They try to use you for self-regulation, right? It's a bunch of noise. Hey, Lewis, how you doing? Think about to go off the air here in a few, right? Says a lot to me when you got people coming on a panel to come at you for no reason. And then to say, well, you said you were going to go on this other panel and you didn't, so you're a liar and you're not trustworthy and you had people waiting for you. Really? Am I that important to you that you're waiting for me? Because that's exactly what you're saying in other words. In other words, you're saying I'm so important that you all sat there waiting for me for over an hour, right? In the end of the day, the good people will always prevail. The good people will always prevail. It just takes time, especially in this day and age of the internet, when you're dealing with outrage. When you're dealing with outrage fueling the biggest audience or the bigger audiences and the most profitable audiences, it's really hard to compete when you have a decent, grounded message. It's difficult to compete with that, but not impossible. Trust me, in the end, the good people will always prevail. Got a lot of love for all of you. Thank you to everyone that supported us here tonight. And let's see what these people do, right? Will you starve me out? Will you talk about me in a roundabout way? Let's see. What will you folks do? You all going to gather up behind the scenes and try to figure out, oh, well, now we're 35 days away from this big dispositive motion to dismiss any slap hearing. Do we respond to Eli? Do we let him run his mouth? Which I didn't run my mouth. I spoke the truth, right? Right? How will this affect us in court? Will it affect us in court? Will it affect us on YouTube? Was he right about a lot of the things he said? If we talk about it, will it bring more of a light on things we don't want a light on? Oh, that's an Amazon mobile over there. That's what it is. Right over there. And see what you do. This is YouTube, right? And all I'm doing is having my say. I'm not attacking anyone. Okay. I'm not defaming anyone. I'm not violating anyone's copyright. Okay. I'm not threatening at all. I'm not doing anything wrong. This is just actual commentary. I'm stating my thoughts about things that have been happening, right? Let's see how you folks present that to your audience, even if you do, right? What you gonna do? Papa Doc, what you gonna do, right? That being said, I'm gonna go home to my lady. Tia, if you want to talk anytime next day, or actually, if you want to talk at some point tomorrow for a little bit, Dawn didn't share a whole lot of detail, but she told me that you may need to talk. I want you to know Dawn and I are both here for you. Okay, everyone. See you guys later on. Thank you, Lewis. Much love. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Lewis. Thank you for popping on in. If you need to talk, Tia, tonight, not a good night. I'm a little tired. It's been a long day. Dawn and I just want to rest. But anytime tomorrow, Dawn, we're around to talk with Tia. You and I, you can talk with her privately first. I can pop on in. I've got your back, Tia. We've got your back. We understand you as a person. We know how good of a person you are. Just letting you know. You know, we want to help you because people like Tiffany keep asking me and saying that I've never helped anyone or we've never helped anyone. And we constantly help people. We just don't talk about it all the time. We don't have to talk about it at certain times, right? You still around, Tia? Did you get that? Or I'm going to go off the air in a second, but I want to wait to see if you say anything real quick. Okay. I think she's gone. Anyway, 102 minutes, an hour and 42 minutes. Thank you for the 12 thumbs up. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other. See you all tomorrow. Good night, everyone.